Irene Aldana or Irene Aldana versus Macy Chiasson. How you feeling about this fight?
Oof. This one is very interesting for me. Like I didn't have opportunity to watch Irene too much, uh, but like now when I start watching some fights and rewatching some old fights, I really like her style, and she's really interesting fighter. I amazing boxing. Like she's like heavy boxing origin. Even though she has a kicks, she has a tight clinch, she has a submission, and I really don't know why she doesn't try to mix it up more. And but like I'm really impressed by her boxing, and especially using that front hand where she's finding uh, uh, hook to the body, and I think even like that hook to the body finish. Um, who I watched her last fight, actually, like, and I think that's
Yana Kunitskaya.
yeah. I think like if you see, I think she finished with the left hook. It was to the ground and pound. I think she took her down with the left hook. But what
Mm-hmm.
really opened it was that left hand to the ribs, to the
Yup.
liver,
Yup.
and then she went like she made the same feint like she's going for the body and she ended up for the head. So I'm really impressed by her stand up. Uh, Only time when she had a problem, it's like a type of the fighter like Caitlin Chokogian, Raquel Pennington, and Holly Holm. Especially like I was watching the Holly Holm fight and then I started rewinding. Like when she cannot close that distance. Uh, are they moving or they're using that front kick or the reach with the jab? When she cannot close and use that boxing range, she usually have a problem and she's losing those fights.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what actually she has, like maybe the biggest and the tallest girl with the biggest reach in the category.
Mm-hmm.
She's going against her. You know, so it's a big question. Like it's bad matchup for her, but like I think if she can, how to say, cut that distance and start using that boxing and even more mixing it up, I see her winning. But like it's basically like I said, worst possible matchup for her, like somebody who have that range, but like only lucky thing is like that Macy is not using that much movement. She likes to engage,
Yeah.
so that's good for Irene.
I completely agree. Like, I'm a fan of her boxing. I remember seeing a couple of her fights early in like Invicta before she got into the UFC, and I think like, man, if she adds more to her game, like I'm really impressed with her boxing, like male or female. Not a lot of people use body shots. Not a lot of people use jabs. We're seeing it more and more now, but like in what was it like 2015, 2016 when she was Invicta, I was like, yo, if she could bring this boxing to the UFC, this would be awesome. But like you said, the time she does have trouble is like when there's a kickboxing bout, right? Or like Rocky Pennington, where she could kind of get in your face and maybe grapple a little bit. So against Macy Chiasson, I think like Macy's got pretty good kickboxing. She likes to mix it up. She switches stances, so it's kind of hard to tell where she's coming from. And she will throw in some grappling, some takedowns here and there. So I think she has the style to beat Aldana. But one thing I didn't like after seeing Chiasson fight in her last fight against Norma Dumont is she's talking about her weight and her weight cut. She says at 35, at 135, she's killing herself to make weight. And even though she's bigger than these girls, she doesn't have the power at 135, right? And hearing them like, and you're making your return back to bantamweight, this doesn't make sense. This is someone who missed weight at 145.
Yeah,
She has trouble making 135, and now she's fighting Irene Aldana at 135. Like, it's just not a smart choice. I think she has a style to mix it up on Irene and give her trouble, but I mean, we've seen this multiple times. When you're cutting too much weight, it doesn't do the best for your chin, right? And against Irene Aldana, who does have some KOs on her records, like that's not a good combination. So you're right. If she mixes it up against Aldana, she could do well. If she gets tagged a little bit by Aldana, it could be a quick night. I'm really impressed with Aldana's boxing, both like those check left hooks like she got with Caitlin Vieja, and then also the body work that she did like pretty recently. Um, yeah, it just to me it doesn't make sense to just go back down to bantamweight. Stay at a weight class like you're having trouble making 145. But in her last fight, she did do pretty well against Norma Dumont, who has a similar style as Aldana because she likes to box a lot, not too much kick heavy.
Yeah,
So I'm picking Aldana for this fight.
yeah, I agree with you. But on Aldana is minus 175, Macy is plus 150. And like I said, like I mean, I like Aldana, I like her style, like, and I think she has a like she's favorite with a reason. But
Mhm.
like again, saying about that bad matchup, bad style for her, if she cut that distance, like it's her fight almost for sure. Macy would have to change, and she got even clipped, I think, against Dumont. Like, and
Mhm.
then she switched to. She didn't look really good in the her last match. So if I have to pick, I would pick Irene. Uh, but I would maybe play around with Macy, maybe in some parlays, like not for big money, but like there's a big chance. And to correct you, I think she said like she wants to fight a lot, so she's gonna play between two categories. Even
Mhm.
though so it's her decision to be more active and to go, like probably something similar what Amanda Nunes is doing.
Yeah.
To and I think in 145 it's much easier for her to get that title chance. But like in 135, there is more opportunities to fight different opponents. So I guess that's why she wants to play between two. But like you said, very interesting looking if she even missed the weight in 145, like, and she's super tall, 5'11.
Yeah,
Like,
and Aldana's not small for bantamweight either. Like she's a pretty long fighter, so this is going to be one fight where she's giving up that reach advantage that she sometimes is used to. So could that give her trouble, especially someone who does like to throw kicks? Um, could be. It's not bad money to put on Chiasson for that reason. Um, but yeah, I just like the hands of Aldana. The fan in me wants to see her box her up and then have to stuff some takedowns or maybe even play some jujitsu just for my own entertainment. But honestly, like the best chance Aldana has for winning is to keep it standing.
I agree, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Macy tried to take her down and Irene gets some submission. Like we saw that few times. Like her submission game is like really sharp and really good, especially
Mhm.
like we saw against Bet
Right?
Korea. How
Yeah.
would you say? Yeah, like that, like armbar from triangle from the back, like was like a really really piece of art.
Yeah. I'd love to see it again. That'd be great.
I agree. Let's go for the next one.